Hey guys, welcome back in the second episode of Dork Diaries by Rachel Renee Russell. Of a tremendous personal growth and how my best coping mechanism would be to communicate my thoughts and feelings. I was absolutely ecstatic because you can communicate with the new cell phone, right? I kind of zoned out on most of what my mom was saying because I was daydreaming about all of the cool apps, games and music I was going to download. It was going to be love at first sight. But after my mom finally finished her little speech, she smiled really big, hugged me and handed me a book. I opened it frantically, flipped through the pages, figuring that maybe she had hidden my new cell phone inside. It made perfect sense at the time because all the advertisements said it was the thinnest model in the market. But slowly it dawned on me that my mom had not gotten me a cell phone and my so-called present was a stupid little book. Talk about major heartbreak. Then I noticed that all the pages of the book were blank. I was like, oh no, she didn't. My mom had given me two things: a diary and a irrefutable evidence she is in fact clinically brain dead. Absolutely no one writes most intimate feelings and deep dark secrets in diary anymore. Why? Because just one or two people knowing all your biz could completely ruin your reputation. You're supposed to post this kind of juicy stuff online on your blog so millions can read it. Only a total dog would be caught writing in a diary. This is the worst present I have ever received in my entire life. I wanted to yell at the top of my lungs. Mom, I don't need a stupid book with 336 blank pages. What I need is to be able to communicate my thoughts and feelings to my friends using my very own cell phone. Wait, silly me, I keep forgetting I don't have any friends yet. But that could change overnight and I need to be prepared with a shiny new cell phone. In the meantime, I will not write this diary again. Never ever. Monday, September 2. Okay, I know I said I'd never write this diary again. I meant it at the same time. I'm definitely not the kind of girl who curls up with a diary and a box of Godiva chocolates to write a bunch of sappy stuff. Or my overwhelming angst about my horrific discovery that I am a princess of a small French-speaking principality and now worth billions. This is so not me. My life totally sucks. All day I wandered around my new school like a zombie in lip gloss. Not a single person bothered to say hi. This is me. Most of the time I feel invisible. How am I supposed to fit in a snobby prep school like Westchester's Country Day? This place has a Starbucks in the cafeteria. I wish my dad had never been awarded a bug extermination contract from this school. They can take their little pity scholarship and give it to someone who wants it and needs it. Because I sure don't. Tuesday, September 3. It's way past midnight and I'm about to freak out because I still don't have my homework done. I was really surprised to hear a knock on my bedroom door this late at night and I assumed it was my 6-year-old sister Brianna. About a week ago, she lost one of her front teeth and buried it in the backyard to see if it would grow. She is forever doing crazy weird stuff like that. My mom says it's because she is a little kid, but I personally think that she has the IQ of a box of crayons. As a little joke, I told Brianna that the tooth fairy collected teeth from the children all over the world and then superglued them together to make dentures for old people. I hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Bye bye.